Hello students, we will be again going to learn the latter part of this unit number 5, Introduction to Manufacturing, that is machining operations on lathe machine. In the earlier video already we have seen what you mean by the principle of working of a lathe machine. What are the various components of lathe machine? With the help of these slides, whatever I am just showing you here, parts of lathe machines. What do you mean by bait? What do you mean by carriage? What do you mean by headstock, tailstock? What is the use of the lead screw? These are the various pictures as well as the parts which are shown in these slides. This already we have discussed in the earlier video. You can refer that one. Now we are going to see the various lathe operations which will be performed on this particular lathe machine. First operation is the turning operation. This is the slide which is giving you the uh, list of operations which can be performed on lathe machine. First operation is turning operation. Second operation is the facing operation. We are going to see in next slides what do you mean by this one. Next one is boring, drilling. This is taper turning actually. This is chamfering. Here H should be there. Chamfering. Then grooving, forming, reaming, undercutting, thread cutting, knurling. So all these operations nearly equal to 12 operations, but specifically this reaming operation, then this drilling operation, boring operation, as well as these are the operations which are generally the part of drilling machine also, which will be uh, just completed, which will be carried out with the help of tailstock. Okay, but specifically if you see the lathe machines operations, this is turning, facing, taper turning, chamfering, this grooving, okay, forming, then thread cutting, knurling, like this one. Now this is the operation, turning operation. This already I have told you, this operation is one of the most basic machining process or operation which is generally carried out. The part is rotated inside the chuck of this lathe machine, and with the help of a single point cutting tool the material should be removed. Now the turning can be done on the external surface of the circular part. That is very important one. Now here with the help of this only we can see that this can be the turning operation in which uh, this is actual, this whatever the workpiece is rotating like this one, it will be holded inside the chuck here on this side, and the chuck has been rotated with the help of gearbox or any kind of rotating mechanism. And then against this rotating workpiece, this single point cutting tool will be rubbed with the help of this single point cutting, you can say point, which is available one, so that the diameter of this particular raw material, which will be just reduced one from suppose d to d minus some of the, you can say, dimension which is available one or which is required one. So that is the turning process. Here in this case, this is a plain turning process. It is not a taper turning process. You just see that how with the help of the depth of cut, with the help of earlier depth of cut, it has been shown. Then the second depth of cut is taken like this one. This is the chuck, this is the workpiece, and here it is the single point cutting tool. This is the actual photograph which is observed here. So that is the turning process. In this case we are having this kind of things, another operation which is facing operation, which may be termed it as the another type of turning, in which the length of this particular rod, which is converted into its final shape, will be reduced in these case. That means if we wanted to have this is L, so it should be having some L minus another dimension up to this one. If you wanted to just to do the cutting of this one, this length, then the feed here, the tool will be moving in this direction. Okay, and in the earlier case the tool will be moving in this direction. The feed will be given in this longitudinal manner, while in this case the feed will be given with the help of single point cutting tool in transverse manner. So this is the tool, single point cutting tool, which is available one. This is used for another purpose, or it may be used for facing purpose, but generally such a kind of tool is used when, okay. Parting here, if suppose we are having this is shown here. So if you wanted to remove this kind of some kind of material up to some depth, but at any point of, you can say, location along the length of this particular object, then the parting tool, which is having a different shape like this one, you just see here the different shape is shown like this one. It is like this, and again it will be coming like this one. This is the kind of shape. It is not, it's just like a single point cutting tool, but having a different shape. That is the only important thing. Remaining principle is similar one, that is the parting operation, which will be carried out in on lathe machine. Grooving, it is somewhat similar to this one. Here in this case we just see, but here actually the depth, if at all we are going to convert this into two halves, cutting off, or you can say the parting off, then th- this particular tool will be used one, which is having a very sharp edges, and here in this case this will be up to some depth. This depth will be up to some, you can say, dimension, and this part will not be totally removed. Here in this case there may be separation of this part and this part as far as parting is considered one. But in case of grooving, see, is like a parting, except that the grooves are cut to a specific depth instead of serving a completed or part complete component from the stock. So that will not be the case. So grooving up to some depth and parting off, it will be totally converted into two, you can say, pieces. That is the only difference. And now in case of boring, actually here whatever boring tool you are going to observe here, this will be fixed on the tailstock here on this side. Okay, with the help of tailstock it will be there, and this tailstock will be on the guide base here on this side. Try to only remember that it is a fixed one. The drilling tool will be fixed one with the help of tailstock. The boring tool will be fixed one with the help of the tailstock. So try to remember this one, that the boring operation will be carried out. Now here in this case, the cylindrical raw material will be converted. If its length will be reduced one, then we are going to use the facing. If its diameter will be reduced one as per the requirement of the drawing, it will be turning, plain turning. Then parting, if we wanted to convert it into two parts, or having certain kind of depth of that particular any kind of shape, then it will be a grooving. Here if suppose a small hole is drilled, then we can enlarge, or we can smoothen the inner part of that particular already created hole with the help of a drilling operation, which will be generally required and in many of the components, and that can be done with the help of the boring tool, which is like this one. Here again this is a workpiece, this is chuck which holds the workpiece. This will be rotated one, okay, in this case, and this will be just moving inside this already drilled hole which is available here, so that it can be enlarged. That is the boring operation. Another operation which will be carried out is knurling. You just see, this is a knurling roller actually, which will be holded with the help of this knurling tool holder, and this is the raw, you can say, bar or shaft, or the raw material on which we wanted to impregnate this kind of design. There are two types of knurling actually, the plain knurling and diamond knurling, in which you can have such a kind of serrations on this particular cylindrical component, or you can have the serrations like this one, in which which is a cross pattern like this. Okay, so this is diamond knurling, this is the plain knurling. Now what is the use of this knurled part? Such a kind of parts you might have observed on various kinds of tools, various kinds of the uh, components which are used in various machining operations for holding of that particular component in a proper manner as far as operator is considered one. So for that one, this knurling operation is carried out, and it will be carried out at some particular part of that component and not the whole length of the component. So it is the cutting of separated pattern onto the surface of a part to use as hand grip using a special purpose knurling tool. Okay, another important thing is here drilling operation, that already I have told you. There is not much difference as far as this operation. Here it is, you can say, this is the boring, and in the similar way, here in the tailstock such a kind of drill beat as well as drill, which will be holded with the help of drill chuck, and drill chuck will be inserted inside the tailstock, and this particular workpiece is there inside which a hole can be drilled, and this workpiece is holded with the help of a chuck which is attached to the lathe machine's gearbox which will give the rotation as per the requirement of that particular component. So try to remember this one. This has been enlarged here, which drill is used here. That is the drilling operation which is also carried out on this lathe machine. Reaming operation. Now reaming is nothing but what, whenever a hole is already drilled one, and if you wanted to remove the burr or maybe the inside part can be just smoothened one, then in that case, or you can say resize that particular already drilled hole in proper manner, then this kind of a small amount of metal, that is burr, the reaming operation can be used one. Specifically boring, drilling and reaming, these are the operations which we are going to see again in lathe machine also. Okay, threading, this is very important operation which will be carried out on any kind of such a kind of raw material that is nothing but in cylindrical form. I'm just showing you the front view of that one. So if along this cylindrical surface, if you wanted to cut any kind of profile which is having certain kind of you can say crust and troughs, having depth as well as height, just like the it is going in spiral form actually. So that kind of operation which we are generally carrying out is known as threading operation. These threads are of so many types, having the included angle 60 degree, 55 degree, maybe buttress thread, maybe square thread. Okay, so for this particular purpose, the single point threading tool is used one, as well as we can have this is the external threading right now. We can carry out the internal threading also here. See, this is the internal threading which is available here, and this is the external threading which is available here. This is the threading tool which is available one. So for this case, very important thing is that uh, the half nut mechanism or the lead screw which will be engaged here, so that, and we need to set all these things. What do you mean by what is the distance between the two crusts? It is just like such a kind of structure as far as thread is considered. The distance between this, what is the depth of this one, that can be set in proper manner as far as this lathe machine is considered one. And then we can carry out the whole component which will be holded between the chuck and the tailstock, and then with the help of a separate tool which is nothing but the threading tool, this operation can be carried out. Threading tool is like this one. So that is the threading operation, which will be again a very important operation in various kinds of machine components are considered one. Taper turning, that means here up to this one, this is a circular part, but here the diameter is more and here the diameter is less. So there is certain kind of variation in the diameters here, which will give us a certain kind of surface which is having certain kind of a different shape, like conical shape up to some depth, up to some length. So that can be obtained with the help of a special arrangement which is known as taper turning arrangement. That can be possible one. Or you can swivel the compound rest. Now what do you mean by compound rest? What do you mean by the cross slide? That already we have seen in our last video. So that swiveling of the compound rest at some particular angle will be done. That angle will depend upon what is the diameter which is available here and what is the diameter which is available at this location. Depending on that, with the help of certain mathematical calculations, you can, or the trigonometry of that particular uh, figure, we can calculate the alpha angle, that is the taper angle, and to that one we can just shift this particular cutting tool with the help of this cross slide. This angle is known here, so that we can achieve this tapered surface. That is the taper turning, you can say the process. Polygonal turning actually is nothing but this is a, you can say, raw material which can be given such a kind of a hexagonal structure, pentagonal structure. So that is the polygonal cutting that will be obtained with the help of certain different, you can say, tooling arrangement. You can see that one which is available here. Just try to remember these are the various operations which can be carried out on this lathe machine. So till now is okay. I think this has been explained by me in proper manner. What are the various operations and what are the significance of it, how it can be obtained, how it can be carried out with the help of available settings of the lathe machine. So we will again meet in next video for the remaining machine tool, that is milling as well as the drilling machine. So till then, just have a quick look at all this particular stuff whatever is available in this video, and we will end up with this particular topic, that is lathe machine and its operations. Thank you.